In today's video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to nail the job interview. Not with tricks, not with gimmicks, but with proven methods that work in the real world. What do interviewers really want? Okay, I'm going to share some tips with you on avoiding common mistakes. Here's your 4-step playbook to nail any interview. Most people think interviews are a test. They imagine it's like school. If I memorize the right answers, check the right boxes, I'll pass. But here's the reality. Interviews are not tests. They're conversations. And the people across the table aren't grading you on perfection. They're deciding if they trust you, if they connect with you, if they can imagine working with you. Think about that. You don't just get hired because you're the most qualified on paper. You get hired because you're the one that they trust to succeed, fit in, and make life easier for the team. And that's good news because it means you don't need to be perfect. You just need to know how to show up with connection, strategy, and authenticity. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to nail the job interview. Not with tricks, not with gimmicks, but with proven methods that work in the real world. Stick around because at the end, you'll know how to walk into any interview with confidence, build instant connection, and dramatically increase your chances of getting the offer. And hey, if you want to dive deeper into coaching, live feedback, and community, check out Career Amplified. The link is below. And don't forget to like us and subscribe to this channel to keep your knowledge fresh and your career future-proof. Okay, here's a question. What do interviewers really want? Most candidates think they want to like me, but that's wrong. The truth is, interviewers want people who feel alike. We are wired as humans to trust people who reflect something familiar to us. If you've ever met someone new and instantly felt comfortable, chances are they reminded you of yourself, your values, your energy, even your quirks. Interviewers are no different. They naturally lean towards candidates who mirror back parts of themselves they respect. Now, does that mean you need to fake it? No. It means you need to understand how to highlight the parts of yourself and overlap with them. Here's a story. I once coached a client who was interviewing for a marketing role. She had all the skills, but she kept getting cut after the first round. Why? Because she answered every question like it was a test. We reframed her approach. Instead of just answering, she started listening more, noticing how her interviewer spoke, and then found common ground. One of our interviewers even mentioned being fascinated about TikTok's growth. She responded with, "That's funny. I've been studying TikTok's algorithm for fun. I find it fascinating how fast it changes." Instantly, the interviewer leaned in. The conversation shifted from question and answer to a shared discussion. And guess what? She got the job. The takeaway, skills matter, but connection seals the deal. Let's break down how connection actually builds in real time. I call this the sense-making process. It has 4 stages. Stage number 1, avoidance. At the very beginning, your interviewer's brain is cautious. They don't know you. They don't trust you. They're looking for reasons to say no. This is the hardest part to break through, and you only get a few minutes. Stage 2, competition. Once you've broken the ice, you move into back and forth. Think of it like a practice scrimmage. You're trading questions, ideas, and energy. It's collaborative competition, and you're investing in each other. Stage 3, compliance. At this stage, they start leaning in. They nod. They agree. They start seeing you as someone who fits. They're no longer testing you. They're aligning with you. And stage 4, trust. This is where the decision is made. When they leave the room, they're thinking, I could see myself working with this person. That's trust. And here's why this matters. Most candidates never pass avoidance. They get stuck in robotic answers and the interviewer stays guarded. Your goal is to move quickly through those stages, and the faster you shift an interviewer from avoidance to trust, the stronger your chances are of getting hired. And here's the secret. The way you move through these stages isn't by showing off, it's by engaging them, which brings us to the next part. I want to talk about observing and mirroring. Every interviewer is giving you signals. Your job is to pick them up. Look at their environment. If you're on Zoom or Teams, look at bookshelves, diplomas, artwork. Look at how they dress. Listen to their pace of speech. Are they casual? Are they formal? Are they analytical or energetic? All of this is free data for you to use. Here's an example. If your interviewer is analytical, asking structured questions, don't respond with wild, abstract stories. Match with organized answers, focusing on situation, action, result. Now, if your interviewer is more casual, maybe even joking, loosen up. Match their energy with warmth and personality. This is called mirroring. And no, it's not manipulation, it's human connection. You're simply reflecting enough of their style so they feel understood. Think about it. When someone uses the same slang as you or has the same sense of humor, don't you instantly feel at ease? That's the psychology at work here. And quick tip, pay close attention to cadence. If they talk fast, don't drag. If they are calm and steady, slow down. Those subtle adjustments create massive trust. Okay, let's talk about the power of asking questions. Here's where the game really changes. Most candidates wait for questions and then answer. They get stuck in passive mode. Top candidates flip the script. They ask questions, sometimes even more than the interviewer. Why does this work? Because it makes the interviewer feel valued. When you ask thoughtful, open ended questions, you're saying, I care about your perspective. I'm interested in you. And almost no other candidate does this. Here's a real dialogue example. Interviewer, tell me why you're interested in this role. Candidate, I'm excited about the work that you're doing with social media campaigns. Actually, can I ask, what's your favorite campaign to work on in the past year? Interviewer, oh, probably our launch campaign for X product. It was really fast paced but fun. Candidate, that's interesting. Fast paced projects are where I thrive. What made that campaign so memorable for you? Notice the candidate flips the energy. Suddenly, it's not an interrogation, it's a conversation. Here's your exercise. Before your next interview, write down at least 5 open ended questions. Aim for things like, what excites you about the company's future? What does success look like in the role in 6 months? What do you enjoy most about your team's culture? When you ask those questions, you're not just gathering info, you're building connection, trust, and respect. Okay, I'm going to share some tips with you on avoiding common mistakes. Let's make sure you don't sabotage yourself. Here's the biggest mistake I see. Mistake number 1, talking too much. Rambling is a trust killer. Respect their time. Mistake number 2, over preparing scripts. Preparation is key, but if you sound robotic, you'll lose the human connection. Mistake number 3, selling only skills. Yes, skills get you in the door, but what gets you hired is fit. Always communicate what it's like to work with you. Mistake number 4, no stories. Don't just say, I'm detail oriented. Share a story about the time that you paid attention to detail and caught a $10,000 error before launch. Stories stick. Mistake number 5, not flipping the frame. Too many candidates think, I hope they like me. Instead, ask, do I like them? Do they fit me? That mindset gives you confidence and presence. At Career Amplified, we call this the rewire moment. Rewire your brain from prove I'm qualified to show what it's like to work with me. That shifts everything. Now, you want to win trust and you want to land the offer. Let's bring this home. Here's your 4-step playbook to nail any interview. 1, Break avoidance with warmth. Smile, connect, make them feel at ease. 2. Build competition with dialogue. Share ideas, ask questions, invest in conversation. 3. Earn compliance by mirroring. Match their energy, their language, their rhythm. 4. Win trust by aligning values. Show them that you care what they care about. And don't forget the closing move. At the end of the interviews, always summarize fit. Say something like, from what I've learned about your team today, I can see myself contributing right away, and then give a specific example. That's how you leave them picturing you already in the role. And remember this, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be real, prepared, and connected. That's what wins interviews. Okay, here's the truth. Interviews aren't about trick questions. They're about human connection. If you master that, you'll separate yourself from 90% of the candidates. So the next time you walk into an interview, don't focus on the answers. Focus on the relationship. That's how you nail it. If this video gave you value, hit subscribe so you don't miss any more strategies like this. And if you're ready to go deeper with personalized coaching, live practice, and a community of ambitious professionals, check out our Career Amplified membership. The link's in the description. Don't just prepare for an interview, prepare for your career.